Ah, yes. It smell like it's like a eucalyptus. It smells like a day spa. It smells so good. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. Sorry, everyone, just letting a little bit of time run out just so I can do a little bit more shuffling, let a little bit more people in the room, and then I'm just going to give a little spiel, and then we'll get going, okay? So hang tight. Hang tight. can never win. Either I look too serious, I look too happy, I'm too giggly, or yeah, or I talk too much. I can't win. I cannot win. Cannot win. It's my resting tarot face. And if you are on here enough, you will know that I am very consistently smiley. So I think there's a time for smiling, there's a time for laughter, there's a time for seriousness, there's a time for everything, okay? Yes, I probably don't have a permanent smile on my face, but I'm sure it will come out if you stay long enough. That's why my lines are so deep. That's from smiling way too much, okay? Super deep smile lines, okay? Permanent smile caked on my face. And you shouldn't tell people to smile. You shouldn't always tell people to smile. Number one, they might not want to. Number two, sometimes you just need a break from smiling. So yeah, don't tell people to smile. It'll come out if it's genuine, right? Genuine smile. So this would be fake. Right? You don't want something that's fake. You want something genuine. What brings out a smile? Has nothing brought out a smile yet. Maybe not. You're so sweet. You just took it. You just took it like a champ. I love you guys. I love you guys. All right. I'm just gonna give you my spiel. 7-7 on the clock there. 7-7. The way that I do my readings, if you're new here and whatnot, I typically do about 4 readings per hour. Okay. I'm usually only good for about an hour, maybe a little over an hour, depending on, what's going on, what's happening, the readings that come through, okay? So with that said, I only have 4 readings. Okay, you guys, that is 4 of your questions. I tend to do questions that have deeper meanings, not that your questions are superficial. Not that your questions are more important than someone else's or someone else's are more important than yours. But I tend to do readings that I am most drawn to. So what questions ignite something in me, spark something in me to do it, I tend to go towards those questions. Okay? If you have a question that has never been answered, you've been on here thousands of times, maybe your question just isn't drawing me in. So you can do a couple of things. You can go to my community page. I do have my link tree there. If you want to tip me and email me, I can do a personal reading for you there. So that's one option. Another option is to keep trying. Maybe think of a different way to ask your question that might spark something in me to pick it and read it. Or you can simply just go and find another tarot reader that will do it. I'm sure there are at least 100 tarot readers going live right now or later today. Some of these questions, honestly, I don't even understand. I'm just not drawn to them. I don't understand what they're saying. I don't understand the question. They're not clear enough. And I'm not going to try to fight with that. I'm not going to try to fight to understand the question I'm asking my cards, okay? So just make sure that your question is very straightforward and that I can understand it. That's probably the best way to go about it. And please don't keep repeating the same thing. If you're repeating the same thing over and over and over and over again, I'll probably mute you out. All right. Waiting for a job interview. We'll just ask, will you get waiting for a job interview? Okay. Positive news. Okay. Will you get positive news about a job interview? Let's ask that question. Positive news about a job interview this week. Waiting for job interview results. Will I get positive news? Positive news. Positive news. Will they get positive news? Will they get positive news? Positive news. Let's try to get one more card. All right, this looks pretty heavy here. All right, I'm gonna start your reading, my dear. I'm gonna start your reading, my dear, okay? So please just make sure you're with me. This was the one about the job. So are you with me still at this time? Just want to make sure so we can interact. Yes, I'm here, present. Okay. So we have your reading, and so far I do want to pull some clarifiers, but I think this might be pretty straightforward. So let's just go ahead and look at the cards. So will you get positive news this week? I'm thinking maybe no with Temperance, because Temperance is a card of patience. Okay, it's a card of doing things in moderation, making sure you're balanced, making sure everything is in harmony. Okay, making sure that you're fully healed, maybe from things that have happened in your life, that the healing has taken place. This does have a time frame of mid-November through mid-December. Says balancing energy is a pathway to wisdom, and moderation is the key to achieving. Okay, moderation. So there may be something that you have to do less in excess, which means that you're doing too much of something. You're doing too much of something here. Have more moderation in your life and the things that you do. And you might have to practice some patience here, okay? So I don't know about this week, but maybe towards the end of the year, having this patience might pay off. Now, we do have the 10 of Pentacles, which is such a good financial money card. Okay, this is so good. Not only is this taking care of you, it's taking care of your family, it's taking care of the generations in your family. Like, not only you helping you, but you helping the grandparents, you helping your parents. Shh. Sorry, you guys, my dogs are awake and they do get a little restless. I was hoping that they would be napping. They are not napping. And I am in a tiny home, so I have nowhere else to go. It says, home is where the heart is. How can I create financial stability, security for my family and future generations? Family, tradition, legacy, material wealth, financial security. So this is a yes. Like, you will have financial prosperity. Absolutely. Will it happen this week? I don't know. It's telling you to be patient and do things more in moderation. So I'm not sure. We do have judgment, so you might feel like you're being judged. Okay, so judgment day. Judgment, though, is being accountable for your own actions, right? Do you do things in moderation? Are you working on your own healing? Okay. Are you balanced? So you might be your own worst critic. It does say, what old patterns or habits are you ready to leave behind to transform? Rebirth, awakening, renewal, and judgment. Okay. And then we have a cycle. So we have, you guys, stop. Sorry. We have a cycle. I have 3 dogs. 3 dogs. They're right there. You guys see them? No, my kitties died. My kitties were 18. I had two beautiful cats, and they died of old age a few years ago. But yeah, I had 2 cats, and they were with me since I was 26. I'm 46 today, so they died a few years ago. So yeah, no kitties. And with these guys, cats just wouldn't be an option unless they had their own separate house space, right? So when you're a cat person, you understand the logistics of cats versus dogs. And typically, cats and dogs don't mix, right? Yeah, no. My dog would eat cats for breakfast. One of my dogs is a fierce hunter, and I would be afraid every day that a cat would get in those jaws. So she's sweet, but she's a hunter. She can't help it. It's animal instinct. So anyway, a cycle. Okay, a cycle needs to end so a new one can begin. Okay, so you might have to be patient with yourself, where you're being accountable for what you're doing. Maybe going through a transformation, rebirth, a cycle ending. This actually sounds really deep. This sounds really deep for a career reading, right? You only asked, am I getting the job? And you're basically getting life advice. Okay, tarot does this. Tarot absolutely does this. You ask a certain question. Yes, it did answer your question, but it's also giving you this huge spiel of things that you need to know, okay? So you got some pretty heavy major arcana here. This is not life stuff. This is not light. This is very heavy spiritual energy, okay? Of moderation, healing, patience, being judged. Hey, stop. Sorry, you guys. Being judged, okay? Going through a rebirth, transformation, renewal, ending old habits. See, that's what it is, the cycles. There's some habits, something that you need to end. It says habits or patterns that you need to leave behind. So something keeps reoccurring, something keeps happening. This is not going to help your situation. But if you can do all these things, you've got the 10 of Pentacles. So it's a big yes, okay? Yay, resignation. Resonate. That's all I can ask for. And if it doesn't resonate right now, it might resonate, in a few weeks. It might, like someone might have a reading and they were like, wow, that really did not make any sense to me. But hopefully they decided to remember that reading and be like, oh my God, that tarot reader with the big glasses, and she told me that this would happen. That tarot reader, that mom on YouTube with the big glasses told me it would happen. All right, I have time for probably a few more questions. So please do remember, not all questions on this channel get answered. I am so sorry, I just cannot do it. Please make your question as simple for me to read as possible. Please make it very easy, straightforward. You don't have to write me a novel or a short story. I just need a question. If your question didn't get answered today, please try to come back another day. I do tend to answer questions that I am most drawn to. It's not what order they come in. It's what am I drawn to and what do I really want to do a reading on, because I also want to have this amazing experience with you. Not that these questions aren't amazing and that you are not amazing. It's just I'm more drawn to other questions. And if you want a personal reading, so if you have a dying question and I'm just not answering it, another tarot readers aren't answering it, go ahead and go to my community post page. I have my link tree. You can send me a tip. I will email you, or we can do a reading for you where I verbally write it on Facebook or Reddit. So just go ahead and look at that. We can do a personal reading for you. And those aren't expensive, okay? Those are not expensive. It's just whatever you can give at the time, you will get a reading. I do not take any money here on YouTube, not yet. Once I get monetized, it might be different, but I don't know if that day will come. I'm not really manifesting it, to be honest. I'm just having a really good time, so yeah. Yeah, but please don't ask a question within a question within a question. So if your question has like 3 parts, I definitely cannot do it. I definitely cannot do it if your question has like 3 parts. The Storytime Kitchen. Oh my God, I love that name. Would you please tell me how this Leo feels about me and if they have intention to reach out? Okay, that sounds fun. Is the Storytime Kitchen still here? I love that name. See, just your name. Oh, the Prettiest Gemini. I love that name too. Okay. Yeah, so your name could draw me in. Your particular question could draw me in. So something like that. I like doing questions like that because here's what happens, right? You're like the first one in the room. You've been asking this question, but I'm just not drawn to it. It doesn't get read. You are here on your own free will. So if you feel like, number one, it's a waste of your time, if you feel like you're not going to get read, please go. Go do the laundry. Go study for your exam, right? You're not going to pass if you don't study. So don't stay in the tarot room if you need to study. You need to go now. Mama's telling you to go right now. Go study. Do not be here, okay? That's your advice from the tarot and the tarot lady. It is your free will. Come in here, have fun, interact with the people. The best people come on here. The people that need to go need to go. I will, okay, my magic wand is here. I will boot them out. Do not worry about that. Okay, can you please tell me how this Leo feels? Now, just a disclaimer, when it comes to feelings and thoughts, stuff like that, I'm not the best at turning tarot into feelings and thoughts, but I will do my best. I feel like the more that I try, the better I get, hopefully. So I might struggle with that, but we can give it a shot. And if they have an intention, if they intend to reach out. Okay. Okay, and I forgot your question already because it has 2 parts. You see how I get mixed up? Okay. The Leo, how this Leo feels about me. So I'm going to keep your question right here, and then I'll scroll down to see where you're at because we're going to interact together on these questions. So, how this Leo feels, how the Leo feels about me. So I got to turn these cards into feelings. How the Leo feels. That's crazy. We're getting a lot of earth energy here. Let's see. Okay. Okay. What's the Hierophant? Let me get some clarifiers. What's the Hierophant? Okay, that's kind of crazy. We do have a card, so I just want to let you know we do have the Hierophant, which is this time frame exactly. It's this time frame exactly. So you got a time frame card that suits mid-April through mid-May. So far, I'm thinking possibly I want to get some clarifiers for what is, because Hierophant is Taurus. Hierophant is Taurus, and it's earth energy. So I don't see any fire. I don't see his card here, except for we do have a wands card. I will show you these cards in just a minute, but we don't really have him in here. But you asked about you. So this is mainly maybe about you. So maybe you're an earth sign. Maybe you're an earth sign, traditional, spiritual. Okay, Hangman. Huh. Okay. Oh, I think that might be you. What's the Eight of Swords? Virgo. Virgo, is that earth? Is that earth energy? Is Virgo earth? Is Virgo earth? Ah. You. Laundry's done. Let me do one more shuffle. No, it just means laundry's done. I have to switch it out so it doesn't mildew. That happens a bit. I'm always doing laundry either in the morning or in the afternoon, which makes sense for it to be running through the readings. Yes, I did get the Emperor. He's here. I'm trying to see who the Emperor is. I'm trying to get more. Yeah, he's right here. I'm trying to, yes, he's here. I'm trying to get, I was trying to get more info on the Emperor because I'm like, he gives like father vibes, right? He gives father, like a CEO of a company, someone of authority, but someone who's mastered something, right? And yeah, and controlling. So yes, we have the Emperor. All right, let's get into it. So you simply asked, what did you simply ask? You asked, tell me how the Leo feels about me, how they feel. He likes to be called Daddy. Oh, I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does. He's here. And then I have a card for him. We could probably do a deeper dive if we have to about him. Is that the Leo? Is the Emperor the Leo? The Emperor is the Leo. Okay. Yeah, he showed up, but he showed up not in the reading. Do you know what I mean? he showed up in the back of the deck. So I grabbed the back of the deck card, right? So that's the overall energy. And then he showed up in the back of the deck energy. So he wasn't in like the main reading. He kind of like took a side seat. He kind of took a side seat to this. Okay. So about you. So you're the Virgo, right? But this is Taurus, but it's earth energy. Okay. Like you said, you're spiritual. So he might think that like, I don't want to say like you're goody goody, two shoesy or something like that, but you tend to stick with things that are traditional, spiritual. Maybe your ancestors had done it. So very, what's another good word for traditional? Like you're kind of like old school. You know what I mean? You're kind of like old school. You're kind of like the old, like the way my ancestors did it. Well, my grandma did it this way. You know, well, my mom did it this way, and her mom did it that way, and her mom did it that way. You might also want to get married, right? The Hierophant is marriage. So you might be traditional in the sense where, like, no, I want to wait for marriage. I want to consult the church. You know, I want to not like again like a goody two shoes, but in the best way possible. Right, the best way possible when it comes to. So he might see you as a goody two shoes. He might see you as someone traditional, which would come across as what's that word? A prude? Or does he think you're a prude? I've always shown a lot of integrity values. Yeah. Yes, I wanted marriage and he went, okay. He, meanwhile, is rather. Okay, we have the Hangman. Justin Bieber's here. Justin Bieber is in the house. He's here to save you from the. Justin Bieber's like, pick me. Sorry, I call him Justin Bieber because in all the tarot readings on YouTube, Justin Bieber comes out as the Hangman. So I just like it's just a joke. It says sometimes the only way to gain perspective is to pause, see the world, surrender. What sacrifices are you willing to make? Surrender, letting go. All right, new perspective. So the Hanged Man is the Pisces energy. Yeah, water. Justin Bieber is a Pisces, and sometimes tarot readers will get Justin Bieber as the Hanged Man. So I always just like to joke around saying Justin Bieber's in the house. Anyway, you might. Sorry, you guys. I have to go let my dog out. Hold on. Sorry about that. My dog was in the back room eating and she needed to come out. I've got 3, remember? So, all right. So I'm thinking that you might be making sacrifices for this guy. You might sacrifice your traditions. You might feel like you have to let go, that you have to surrender to that energy that he wants you to have. Okay, just a big trailer's going by. Okay, so he might think that because of your background and because of what's happened in your life, he might feel that you are extremely resilient, you are determined, and you have the courage and strength to persevere with whatever you want. So he thinks you're actually quite strong, which makes sense with the Hierophant here. Very strong, right? You go through a lot. You've got all these challenges, but you always seem to overcome them, and you're always standing. You're right. You're barely standing, but you can take it. He thinks you can take it. He thinks you can deal with him. You've not had and who has? But still, this is coming out for you. This is coming out for you, and he notices it. You asked how, right? What are his feelings about you. Sorry, you guys. That's the washer's done. First the dryer was done. Now the washer's done, right? They go in unison. So there you go. That makes sense. All right. Now this is interesting. I think we have your parents here. I think we've got mom and dad here. We've got the King of Pentacles, who is about family tradition, right? He is family tradition. So you might have, you might lean on your dad financially. He supports everyone. Earthly male energy, and also the Queen of Wands. So I'm wondering if this is your parents. You know, mom is confident, creative, a leader, passion, warmth. So I think your parents. My dad died. Oh, okay. That doesn't matter. He could still come out. He could still come out. I don't know if he left you money, but he's into generational wealth, you know. He used to have a lot of money, but didn't leave me anything. Maybe mom got it. I don't know how you feel about mom, but yeah, he had money for sure. Generational wealth, you know, so did my father. My father also had money and we got nothing. Well, probably, but he always said he'd leave me a bunch of money and he never did, right? My mother took it all and faked power of attorney. So yeah, my mom's a monster, right? Yeah, the Queen of Wands, she's a dominating fire sign, okay? So your parents are coming out. Let's what is it about your parents? Because your parents are here. Mom and dad are here. What are your parents? What is it about your parents? Yeah, but you know what? My husband is a Gemini and he comes out as the King of Pentacles for me all the time. So my husband, even though he's an air sign, he is the King of Pentacles. So yeah, certain cards represent certain people because that's how you see them, you know? That's the energy, the type of energy they hold, if you will. Let's see, what is it about your parents? What is it about your parents? Okay, thank you. That card was sideways. It might have reversed. Yeah, so for your parents, the Star card flipped in reverse on me. So it did come out and then it slightly reversed. Yeah. Uh-huh. That is definitely her energy. Lack of faith, despair, discouragement, and darkness. So yeah, this was a very dark space, right? This could have been a very dark relationship between them, but for you, it was not all these things that the Star is. The Star is hope, inspiration, serenity, faith. So that was knocked over. Okay? So yeah, not the best relationship, my dear, okay? It might have left you with a lack of faith. It might have left you in despair. You were discouraged and you always felt like you were left in the dark, okay? I'm so sorry, sweetie. I'm so sorry, but that is coming out. And the tarot can do that. You guys ask for, right? You ask for a marriage, love reading, and you get something that has to do with your finances, okay? Tarot brings out what it wants to bring out and what you need to know. Yeah. Okay, so in the back of the deck, the overall energy is a feeling. So this Leo gentleman, he might know that you have limiting beliefs of yourself, that you have mental types of imprisonment, okay? That you might feel like a victim, okay? Feeling trapped by own limiting beliefs, don't foul. So he knows that you can break out of this, right? He knows that you don't have to be tied up, but you might choose to stay in this energy. Like, I went through this, right? Not like you're throwing yourself a pity party, but kinda, you know what I mean? Like, this happened to me, so I don't believe I can do this, or you know what I mean? Even though he knows how strong you are, I think sometimes it's easier to be a victim than to do the work, you know? So he might feel like you might try to, or, you know, you pull this card sometimes about how you were a victim. Okay? So he kind of feels like you still have that, like you still feel imprisoned, even though you're super strong and determined. And you have great values, right? Great core values. And then, and then there he is, the Emperor, okay? So he understands what you're going through. He understands what you're going through. And then I asked for another card for him. What is the Emperor? And right now, he might have feelings that it says to balance the head and the heart to make the best decision. What choices do I need to make that require me to find balance between my emotion and my logic? So this also says, what sacrifices are you willing to make? Balance, choices, difficult decisions, a compromise with inner conflicts. So given your past, given your past in this, given your traditions, letting go possibly of all that to be with him, right? That there needs to be a balance. There are difficult decisions to make, and those are going to have to be the way that you compromise for him. He thinks that you have to make compromises for him. Okay, will he reach out to you, right? You wanted to know if he'd reach out. So that was deep. Oh, empathy ain't his strongest point. Well, I think most men that is true, but mostly for the Emperor. Mostly for the Emperor. He used to scare me. Every time the Emperor would come out, I was like seeing the devil, you know? Like, the devil card's scary. And like, the Emperor card would scare me. He's not so scary nowadays. He usually doesn't come out. The Emperor came out for this one lady, though. I did a reading maybe last week, and she came out as the Emperor. She had some Emperor and like kick-ass Emperor energy. She came out very masculine. Well, yeah. So you have to make those decisions. It says that he feels like you need to make a compromise about the inner conflicts that you are going through. But it all has to be balanced. I feel like he knows that once you do, everything's gonna balance out. Like, he thinks that it's gonna be all good. Like, just some difficult decisions need to be made. Difficult decisions need to be made. My answer to that, if you feel stigma about tarot, if you like, even you asking that question, I would not get a reading done. Okay, so unless you welcome in tarot and welcome in the energies, you know, or give someone your energy, right? So when you ask a question, you are giving me the energy. The energy is coming out through me. Okay, so I'm kind of like a conduit, or I'm kind of like the messenger. Okay, so even you asking those questions, I wouldn't partake in it. I'd probably just go ahead and exit the room, would be my best advice. Without pulling tarot, my best advice is, if you have to ask, you shouldn't be partaking in it. So definitely no if you want to get a tarot. So usually people who want tarot readings, they absolutely 100% know that they want to ask a tarot reader a question. There's no doubt in their mind that they want to know the answer. And they also have no fear attached to it. It's usually very welcoming, and all that. So that would be my answer. Don't do it. If I felt fear or like tarot was bad, I wouldn't be doing it. And if I ever thought it would, I would stop immediately. Okay. All right. Will he, what was the question? Will he get a hold of you? You'll have to remind me. It was so long ago. You said, will he contact you? Will he make contact? Will he contact you? But will he contact? So yeah, it's been 45 minutes and I think I've done 2 questions, I think. But will he contact you? Oh. Okay. So you got 3 cards here. Will he contact you? And I think I have the message. So I think yes. Right? 10 of Cups. So it's funny because oh no, that's Pentacles. I was thinking 10 of Pentacles, but the 10 of Cups is still beautiful. It is about creating. Sorry guys, an email popped in. So yes, this is about creating home. It's about accomplishments, achieving those successes. Joy, harmony, fulfillment, happy family life. Okay, maybe he wants this for you, but you're too stuck, right? You're too stuck in your beliefs, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I do really feel like he has this like kind of proposal for this happy life that maybe you never had. But I feel like that's that. This is about resting, about meditating on this. So this is just being like so yeah, this is just being like so tired, just needing rest to rejuvenate, maybe a spa day. So will he contact you? Yes, but I feel like he might kind of be in rest mode right now. He might just be retreating. He might just be retreating a little bit right now. Maybe that's why he hasn't contacted you. Might just be in rest mode, kind of trying to figure it all out. Then we have the 7 of Wands, which is standing firm in your beliefs and not backing down. So this card is saying, don't you compromise. This is saying no. Do not do that. It says stand firm in your convictions and defend what you believe in. So you stay firm. You stay firm in your beliefs. Says how can you assert, right? And isn't that in the Emperor card? Assert. He is very assertive and he likes to assert in a positive way. Okay, so you're going to have to assert yourself, okay, let's use that word, your beliefs, and stand your ground, okay? It might be challenging. It might come across as a little competitive. You are on the defense, But you also persevere and you also have courage, honey. I wouldn't do anything that you are not doing. Keep doing what you're doing. The Hanged Man, although, is about pausing. So do consider the Hanged Man. He was there. The Hanged Man. But the Hanged Man, Justin Bieber, the Hanged Man does say that you might want to hang upside down, take a pause. You might want to make some sacrifices for this guy to get to this happy life. I don't know. It could be in the cards for you, but you have to decide. So I think he wants to reach out, but he doesn't because you're not changing. Justin Bieber. Okay, you're not changing. So he's not reaching out. What's the point? But yeah, he wants this. So he's just kind of in rest mode right now. Like, okay, I'll just meditate on it, I guess. I'll just sleep more. So yeah. That's your reading, my love. Hopefully that helps. But wow, if that didn't resonate right. Like, I don't even know you and I feel like I know everything about you in these cards. All right, you guys, I maybe have time for 2 more readings. So if you've been hanging out for a while, do let me know. There's like 3 people in here, I guess. I think it's dwindled down. People know I get tired, so they exit. That's good, right? Go do your laundry, right? Go exercise, go to the gym, do what you need to do. Don't wait for the crazy tarot lady. Don't put your life on hold for these readings, right? Don't do it. Go find another tarot reader, or you can tip me and I will answer your question through email or another way. So that is on my community page. Yeah. Again, think about the Hanged Man. Maybe look more into what the Hanged Man is about. Let's see. Where's Justin Bieber? Where are you, Justin? There he is. Oh God, I don't know if I can read this. It's pretty dark in here. It says, this card suggests you need to suspend certain actions. Surrender is required now. You are in a period of indecision. Waiting might be what you need to do in order to achieve. Keep in mind that taking action is not always the best solution. In certain cases, refraining from doing so might bring you just as much, if not more, benefits. You may be embarking on a new spiritual journey. Let things be and allow the universe to do its work. Stillness grants perspective. So the Hanged Man, you can screenshot that if you want, if you can. The Hanged Man, I think, is not really what I thought it was about. It's not what I thought it was about. It is about you standing firm. I think that's why that 7 of Swords came out, because it was like, no, tell her to do this. You're getting Justin Bieber all mixed up. He's so complex. He's so complex. And the meanings are fluid. Oh, yeah. Oh, you're so welcome. Absolutely. I am here to help. Sometimes I don't feel very, got the 7 of Swords. That also comes out for his and her. Huh. The 7 of Swords, he's tricky. Oh, is the 7 of Swords, is that the strategy card? Is the 7 of Swords the outwitting opponent strategy card? Is that the 7 of Swords? I'm still kind of new at tarot. I haven't been doing it even a year. So I hope I think the Seven of Swords is the strategy card. Yeah, sneaky. Sneaky, deception, dishonest, outwitting the opponent. You feel like you have to find ways to outwit him. Or him outwit you, you know, because usually that card is about you having to strategize because they are not a good person. You have, it's like walking on eggshells. You're walking on eggshells around someone is that card. Yeah. Walking on eggshells. Ouch. Crack, 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 right? Outwitting an opponent. Sorry, you guys. My shoulders are so stiff. All right. Career guidance. Okay. Is Jane Allen here? Jane Allen. Career guidance. Jane Allen. Yes. Present. You're welcome. Okay. So go ahead and ask me your question again. I think it was around a new job. You're welcome. You're welcome. In a sea of questions, right? In a sea of questions. Okay, but what is your question about the job change? What's the question? So I usually like a question that I can ask. Yeah, I just thought that was so funny how you're like, is the emperor there? It's like present. Oh, when this year? When will the job change happen in 2026? I can see if we get a time frame card, but I don't know. How about will? Will you get a job change? Will you get a job change? That's better than when. Will you get a job change in 2026? Will you get a job change? So yeah, that's like a feeling stuck card, right? Feeling stuck, needing balance, having to make difficult decisions, inner conflicts with what you want to do, what you need to do. So yeah, for sure. It says, what choices do I need to make that require me to find balance, right? Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, right. So on point. And I feel like she's doing it blindfolded, right? Like you have no idea, blindfolded. Can't really see it yet. Can't really see anything happening. All right, that one's jumpy. It's like, don't put me back in. Will you get a job change in 2026? Oh, so this is someone offering you a oh, there's two. That was like a magic trick, wasn't it? I was like, no. There's the Chariot. There's the Chariot. Yeah, so that's a creative project and you moving forward on it. Yeah, that's success. Moving forward, the willpower to move forward. Someone handing you something creative, a creative project. Mm-hmm. Yep. So I do see something happening. Okay, the Chariot is mid-June through mid-July. So coming up. So look around mid-June, something coming up. Mid-June through mid-July time frame. What else? As if we need anything else. I think that's pretty much it. What else? What else? Any advice? Any advice? And you know what's so funny? It's right. It's really the way that you ask the question. When will I get the job change? Well, I don't know when will I? And then it gave you a time frame card, right? So always think about how you're asking when if you guys are doing your own questions. Always think about how you ask it, and the words that you use really do matter on the message that you get. It really does. It really does. Let's get you some advice. Let's get you some advice. And you know what's really cool, you guys? What you can do is if you put in your astrology information in ChatGPT, so put in your name, where you were born, the city you're born in, and the time you were born. If you don't know the time, just put 6 a.m., and ask ChatGPT, according to my birth chart, does it look like I'll be getting a new job this year or this month? And it can literally calculate your astrology for you on ChatGPT. I do it all the time. And it's pretty accurate. So that's kind of fun. You guys can do that for free on ChatGPT. Or I think I pay a subscription, but it's the lower subscription. Yeah, and then if you know your significant other's birth chart, then you can say, put in yours and their birth chart. You literally get a free astrology's, what is it called? Synastry reading. So that's fun. All right, some advice. Get you some advice. Oh, I don't know. That one's kind of stuck. You want to come out? Do you want that one, or do you want me to keep shuffling? You want that one, or you want me to keep shuffling? Shuffle. You got it. Yes, ma'am. Advice, 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 advice. Okay. What's meant will pop out, right? Sometimes it gets stuck in my hand, though. There's usually cards that flicker at me, like they pop at me, and I'm like, okay, I'll pick you. All right. So we do have the Ace of Swords. So that is finding clarity. That is finding truths. Finding out something that you didn't know before, cutting through confusion. So what was confusing is now not. You now know. So this is a great card. What new ideas or perspectives are presenting themselves? Right? He looks like he's presenting something to you. Says, with the sword, cut through confusion, gain clarity, new ideas, mental power, truth, and breakthroughs. So having a breakthrough with a new creative project, and you having to make some choices there, maybe some difficult ones. So yeah, I definitely see it. So mid-June through mid-July. All right, my loves, I do need to go. Thank you all for hanging out with me. I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Bye.